begin with your module 1. As I told you people, certain information regarding your syllabus, let me give you. So unit 1 basically, which will be dealing with a basics of compensation, and the basic concept which will be included into a compensation which we are going to study. Okay, that like wages, salaries, like benefits, DLS allowances, what we call it as DA, or some consolidated pay, some equity based programs or commissions, and rewards and remuneration, as well as the bonuses. So also we people are going to discuss on what type of compensation are followed into the organizations. Okay, and in the first module, something we call it as a model, a pay model. So that the pay model will be discussed with some three objectives, policies, and strategies, including some strategic pay policies. What strategic perspective of pay we people as a organization we look for. And also we going to discuss on some strategic pay decisions, and also some best practices versus best fit option for any organization related to the compensation and reward system. So in the unit 2, we are going to discuss something about internal alignment, which is a very crucial decision for any organization, that how they structure the pay for different type of job roles into the organization. On that basis, those people are going to fix. There are certain problems which any organization faces when they are setting a compensation policies into an organization. The external like factors like maybe a government policies or maybe a competitor's pay structure can also affect the decision with respect to the internal alignment. Okay, now when we discuss about this internal alignment, here in internal pay structure we are going to discuss in detail, and what strategic choice that we people can find in designing the internal alignment, also as an internal structure for any specific organization. So in unit 3 we are going to discuss on job evaluation. Okay, now this job evaluation includes job specification, job description, as you people have studied into your second semester HRM subject. Here we go little deeper with certain methods of setting a compensation. How do we people calculate a compensation, and that we are going to discuss in module 3. Here we are going to define, as I said, what we mean by job evaluation. Then what major decisions that we people take in a job evaluation will be discussed, also along with the methods. So we have some certain like pay structures, okay, and various methods that we people are going to calculate a compensation. We have an example like straight Hesley premium bonus plan, or maybe Hesley wire premium plan, Rowan premium bonus plans, and etc. We are going to discuss them. We have many more. Okay, as and when it is required at that moment of discussion of unit 3, we people are going to use these things in understanding. Okay, so we have module 4. As we people as I told you people, like how internal alignment is affected by an external bodies or external environment factors. Here in the module 4, those are going to be prevailing, where like determining external competitiveness and benefits management are going to be discussed. When we talk about in competitiveness, this is something like a capability of any organization in paying its employees compared to the competitors, what they are paying to their employees. This is a simple funda it is. So this in this what we people are going to discuss like majorly on competitiveness, where how do we are going to define the competitiveness, what pay policy alternatives are available, and how they are going to be chosen. Okay, and how they are going to be applied into the organization. So also we are going to discuss on some wage surveys. Okay, because when we talk about when we are comparing our compensation policies with the other organization compensation policies for a specific job and for a specific type of qualified candidates. Okay, and specific type of job profile. So here what we do is we people make some surveys. So research is must at this moment when we people are discussing on competitiveness in module 4 or unit 4 of your subject of compensation and reward system, where these wage surveys has to be done. Some certain amount of information has to be collected from the external environment, where these external environment will be giving you an idea what exactly happening into the market of a labor, okay, or a labor market, and what is expected by the employees who are going to join your companies, and what you have to have compared to your competitors. So how do we people are going to interpret the survey results, and what pay policy lines or pay grades, we are going to set into the organization for different type of jobs. Okay, those jobs are similar into even your competing organizations also. How we people are going to match them, it all depends on that. Okay, so next we have some benefits in that in module 4, where what do you mean by benefits, or how we are going to use certain benefits while we people are determining the benefits, and what value of the benefit has to be taken, and what are the legal requirements that you have to give benefits to the to the employees has to be taken care. Even this includes some retirement benefits, some medical benefits, or any other benefits which people are going to discuss in your module 4. Okay, and in module 5, we are going to discuss on certain performance based compensation system, where till now what I said you in model 2 and model 4, where internal alignment and external competitiveness, this how they are going to define and affect your compensation decision of an organization. Remember, when we are talking about this performance based system, this is something extra what we people are going to give to organize to the employees for their something outstanding performance on certain job. Okay, this performance based compensation system usually works on that how much employees are going to be contributing to your organization and for the specific job or a task given to them. And also it includes some pay for the performance, what we say it as PFP, where we are rewarding certain desired behavior. Okay, and usually the organization expects certain employees to have a type of behavior on the job, even on the basis of their behavior, attitude, learning. Okay, the beliefs of the employees on the organization, it all defines total behavior, where for behavior people are going to pay them. Also we are going to design this performance based system on the basis of how employee contributes, as I told you, people pay for the performance, and what strategies we people are going to use. Okay, while we are defining it, some merit pay, or maybe a variable pay, or some special compensation for some special groups. Okay, so these all we people are going to discuss into your module 5. Along with this, some incentives also we are going to discuss, like positive or negative incentives, what type of incentives that any individual gets, and how it is been decided into organization, like incentive plans for very blue collar workers, as well as for white collar workers. Okay, usually these type of plans, like a blue collar workers, what they get incentives, these are usually based on the time. Okay, and on the based on a productivity what those people are going to show on the job. So also we have a group incentive plans. Okay, different type of plans. We have a Scalum plan, we have profit sharing plan, we have a Pristman plan, we have co-partnership, we have cafeteria compensation plan. Okay, then incentive plans for white collars, as I told you, people like straight salary we give them, straight commissions we give them. Okay, also we have plans which are combining of all, can be also given to them. It all depends on the organization's requirements, and the importance of the employees role into the organization, what he is going to contribute to the organization. So we have module 6, which talks about legal and administrative issues in compensation and global compensation. Okay, now as we people we're talking something about, or we had little discussion on some basic aspects of compensation, how we set a compensation. Okay, and those all things we will discuss, no doubt, but in the end of your semester, certain legal issues has to be discussed. Okay, like pay discrimination, or what comparable worth, that how much pay you people are giving to the compensation giving to the employees, and what is the worth of in return we get, as on the basis of the productivity what he gives or shows to the I mean he productivity he gives or performs on the job. Okay, and how that productivity will be adding to the objectives of the organization or department. Then we are going to going with some budget and administration, like what variables that we are going to recognize while setting a compensation, what social contracts we people are going to show, like culture and pay. These all are certain things which has to be considered, okay, and they will are very important when it comes to setting up pay for any individual or for any type of a job. Then we have some strategic choice in global compensation, comparing systems, expenditure, pay. These are like what we do into domestic. Little slight difference you are going to find when you people are setting up pay for somebody who is joining our organization from other country, or maybe some we are going to have overseas operations of our own organization. We set up a plant there, or maybe some branches we people follow. But the people who are working there from that particular country, the space structure or policies or entire policies of HR cannot be, or maybe little, but there is a slight difference we people find among the HR policies of those countries and HR policies of the home country. So we have to go through once again what we people have discussed, okay, in module 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. On that basis, even little idea that you get how to set a compensation for international organizations if you are operating overseas. Okay. So any doubts you people have till here? Any doubts you people have? Anybody can respond and tell that okay, okay, then we can go for the next.
No, sir, no doubts.
No, sir.
Okay, good, very good. Fine then. So what we do, we will start with your module 1. Okay, a little bit slow we are going to go, where the module looks very little, no doubt at all, but still has lot of importance when you people sit on managerial positions, because these are type of compensations can give you certain idea when you people are having when you people are in the interview process, or maybe at the HR round, where one question usually arises: what expectation that you people have from the side of organization with respect to the pay specifically. So these can give you some sort of an idea that what how you people can prepare, okay, for an interview, and how people can translate your expectation of compensation in the words. Okay, so these basic things can be helping you people, okay, understanding what happening in the market. Because see, for any candidate, because you people may be a fresher, no doubt, at the first interview, if people crack the interview, succeed into the interview, and at the last moment an organization is expected that you people want to, I mean, you people need to join their organization. Maybe that is the time where this subject can help you people initially, that you can make the survey of an industry into which you people are entering. Okay, and what is the expectation of an organization is, and what is your expectation, both has to match. So certain negotiation happens, no doubt. In that particular time of negotiation, some basic information about the industry and the type of job that you people are applying for, okay, and what that job is paid in competing organizations, and what this organization, okay, is offering you. So some basic idea which you people have can be helping you people in deciding upon what amount that you people have to bet. Okay, so the amount, it shouldn't be too high, or amount shouldn't be too low, that you people can be excluded from the selection process. So this is very much important. See to it that you people apply for certain job, you get a job, and those jobs information related to that job has to be into your mind. Okay, so basically we go with this. Okay, module 1, as all the subjects we go through certain definitions, meaning, all those things, but more important is that what how we people are going to use this compensation knowledge into the strategic decision, when you people sit on the top and you people are required to take a decision on certain compensation HR policies. Okay, so here we have compensation. Usually this is a word which we people imagine, what exactly that brings to anybody's mind, what exactly compensation is. So for somebody is something else, it is for somebody a compensation may be a monetary benefit, so in rupee what those people get. For somebody, that may not be a monetary, something else those people are going to expect, what we people are going to discussing into your coming slide. So as if now, but yet how people view compensation will be affecting anybody's behavior on that particular work. Remember, so compensation is the one a factor, you can take it as a variable into an organization, where this compensation will be helping you people to hold an employees with certain sort of behavior. Now, behavior doesn't mean that all the time they will be pleasing a boss. No, even work behavior is also very much important. How those people are committed to the work and how productively those people are going to work on the job and helping an organization in achieving their organization. So that's what we say. Sorry, in achieving the objectives of the organization. Okay. Thus we begin by recognizing the how this different perspective that different individuals will be having. Now, when before we go with any managerial or organization or individual, this is very much important because organization is not just constitute a number of people. Okay, it includes a society as a whole. Remember, organization runs into the society, and society includes the people, culture, okay, beliefs, okay, and because of that, opinion of the society, okay, organization also is affected. See how it is. So some people may see this, a compensation as a measure of the justice. This depends on how much a contribute any individual does to the organization and its work. I mean, assigned work to him, so that contribution should get in return equal pay or more than that. If less than pay, if they get, probably the behavior what is expected by organization, with respect to that particular individual, may not be possible for any organization to get it. We have an example like when we people are comparing on the basis of gender, like compensation for earning of women with those of men. Usually what happens is like men gets more higher pay than compared to the women. This was a misconception before. It was certain type of jobs bargain when it comes to the physical ability, okay, and maybe in a shift wise also. So when it comes to physical ability, people were used to compare it. But nowadays, when we are talking about certain job profiles which do not require any physical ability, and it goes with some mental ability, psychological ability, where both are paid high. So this is an example where society usually, when we see the labor classes, this we people find a discrimination among a gender like men and women. Okay, so here this is an example where society looks for, and we have something like stockholders, where especially this is even compared to your financial subjects, or the financial attitude of any individual who want to invest into certain companies. He look for that how wealthy that employees are there in that particular organization. That shows the stability of the organization in earning good dividend for the stockholders who invest into that company. Even see, we have like executive pay is very special interest. Remember how employees are paid in that organization. It also decides that the same wealth can be also transferred to the stockholders. So linking the executive pay to the company performance is supposed to increase the stockholders' wealth. So this, a confidence which is generated into a stockholders, okay, on the basis of what they see, that how much the pay is paid to the employees in that organization. So that defines the wealth of the organization. The same wealth, then be transferred to the stakeholders by generating confidence into them, where they are going to invest into the organization. Okay. So we have like next how managers look compensation. Basically, when we sit for an interview, at the end of that HR interview, when we begin with a discussion on how much the pay has to be set, usually managers looks for getting a good employees for the lesser pay. Why? Because these people usually look this compensation as an expense. So remember, okay, when we sit for manager position, usually we people talk on behalf of the organization, where organization has to get more for the less what they're going to pay. So usually for any managers, compensation will be influencing their success in two ways. One, how they are going to bring this as a compensation as an expense, bringing it down, okay, getting employees for a very lesser we can say it as a cost only, okay, lesser cost or lesser compensation. Now we have some competitive pressure also, where both internationally or maybe domestically, which will be all the time forcing the managers to be considering what is the affordability, what is that threshold that those people have to set, where it shouldn't be too high or too low also, and they get something like for an affordable price, affordable salary, they get a good people to work for their organization, for the department also. So there are two things, as I told you, people, for any managers. One, majorly they take it as an expense, as a compensation. Maybe people talk, managers think like that. Okay. And another perspective manager is that sometimes they are very much pressurized on the basis of competitive pressure, as I told you, like where external factors, external competitiveness of your competitors sometimes will be pressurizing you people to pay the same for similar, pay for the similar type of job profile, no doubt. So as I told you, both internationally and domestically, okay. So they look for some affordability, that for what price that we people can maintain this person, or maybe an employee, individual employer, group of employees, and how much we people are expected from those people. So we have something like as an employee, how we people look a compensation. Usually, a compensation is what we people receive in return to the work what we people perform to the organization. Usually it is a major source, what we say, very secured we people are financially. So compensation is the one which will be giving us more financial security for us, as well as for a family members, okay, of an employee. Okay. So we have something like very major role or important role any compensation plays into the life of a employees, where they find it as an economic and a social well-being. Economically, when we say it is financial security only, no doubt, and social well-being, where it talks about some status, some recognition into the group to which those people belong. If you recall your Maslow's hierarchy theory, when we have affiliation needs, or we say it as a social needs, where even society or a group of people, if they are expecting or say accepting any individual into their group, sometimes it depends on how much socially that person is well-being on the basis of his economic condition. So we have next, like employees maybe seeing this compensation as a return for whatever the exchange happens between them and the employer. Okay. And also we say as an entitlement for being an employee of the company. This is something, being an employee of a company also is like something like a what we say, a contract between the employer and an employee. Okay. And because of this contract, okay, there is an existence. Okay. And we have something like or we say it as a reward for a job, for doing well, for a given job. So this is all about employees, like as I told you, where it starts with the society, how people see, okay, a compensation as, and how these stockholders who are investing into a company, okay, sometimes compensation also will be defining, okay, the stability of a company, and as well as generating confidence into the stockholders. And as I told you, managers in a two perspective, where they look always like compensation is a expense, but nothing comes free of cost. Those people have to pay, okay, for on the basis of person's capability, or maybe what the job at that particular job profile bargains for, compared to the external competitiveness. So they see to it that how affordability can be brought into the transaction or the contract between the employer and the employee, where these people will be working as a middleman. Now, as I told you, people like employees, they look it as a very financial security for them. Also, it will be defining, playing a very important role in a person's economic condition, as well as their, social well-being in the society, or the group of people to which those people are going to belong. And in simple words, employees always see, I contribute this much to the organization, and what expectation that any employee will be having. Okay. So this is something, a contract between the employer and employee. Okay. And those people get reward for the whatever job those people have done. So altogether, when we come to a conclusion that defining a compensation, where this is going to be, defining on the basis of any form of, maybe all the form of, financial returns, certain tangible services what those people get from the side of organization, and the benefits what they are going to receive from the organization. So these are something like, will be a part of an employment relationship. What is employment relationship? The relationship between the employer and the employee, okay, on certain on certain grounds of, rules and regulations, or, laws what those people are going to have. So this is what altogether compensation is: all form of, financial returns for their work what they render to the organization. Certain tangible services also those people get, okay, benefit. Now when we are talking about these tangible services or financial returns or benefits, they are a form of compensation. Either somebody can get complete only financial returns, somebody will be getting added, tangible services from the organization for maybe free of cost for the type of job those people do, like medical services they get, okay, and even medical benefits also those people get for their the for the belonging people, dependent people, what we can say, like a family. Okay, fine. So any doubts people have till here in definition? If anybody have a doubt, please raise your hands in the chat box, or you people can type, otherwise I will just move further. I need a confirmation from anybody. Okay, then fine. Okay. Now let's start with certain, forms of pay we have. Okay. Majorly, what we say forms of pay, like a different type of pay that we people find into organization, and as well as, the in between the relationship of employee and employer. These are certain types of, pay which are existing. Okay, which will be binding both of them for certain tasks or certain objective in specific. So we have, there are different type of categories, of a pay, like a total compensation and, relational returns we say. Before we go to your total compensation returns, these relation returns are like, are very psychological, like giving a learning opportunity to the employees, okay, giving certain status, fine. If the best example for the status like IBM, where you find many, employees in an advertisement they saying that I'm an IBM, I'm an IBM. Okay, if you see those people, they're from different countries where they're selecting, employees, and throughout the world that gives certain status. When somebody, hears that you're working with IBM, or sometimes the person who is working with IBM, they proudly say that, okay, I'm working for an IBM. So even sometimes pay doesn't matter here when it comes to satisfying those people, okay, psychologically, okay, satisfying those people, like giving them a status. Even sometimes a challenging work you give, they enjoy a lot. Okay, they don't look for some financial returns, they look for, what learning those people can have on that particular job given, and how they are going to excel, or maybe, the output of that challenging work can help them to excel in their career. That will be adding, some something like, a proof, like, where how much capable person is. So these all comes under your, relational returns, which are basically purely depends on your psychological benefits what employees get. Okay, when we are talking about this total compensation, no, here they are very much more transactional here. So relational, or, transactional, where they say it's like, give and take policy. So directly what those people are going to receive is a cash. Okay, which includes, receiving a cash directly on the basis of what those people are going to render a service to the organization. So on the basis of employees, service which has been rendered, they get on the get a cash, like, base pay, okay, merit incentives, cost of living adjustment, which we are going to discuss in detail in the next slides. Okay, till now these base pay or merit incentives, or, cost of living adjustment which an organization does into the total compensation paid to the employees, okay, in the form of cash. Then we have next, like, indirectly, as like, giving them benefits, where they get a benefits after retirement, and for certain years that those people have worked for the organization, medical insurances for them and their family, something of programs those people do, where, I mean, the organization does certain programs helping their employees in balancing their work as well as their life, which is very, booming problem in such a fast moving corporate world, where it is very difficult for any employees to look their family life and their work life. Very difficult nowadays due to some pressurized work given to organization, due to the competition which is held too high nowadays, where competing in a domestic industry, or maybe in the global industry. So maybe that is bringing a need for that particular hour, where organizations will be helping their employees, okay, how best they can balance their work life as well as their personal life. Or sometimes giving brightly colored uniforms can psychology help people, employees into the organization. So we have something like cash compensation, which we set as a very base information. Remember one thing, irrespective of any a person's capability, for certain job this is fixed. If you say like assistant professors in the institution, all the assistant professor will be getting this base pay fixed it is, okay, because that base pay is fixed for a job or a job profile, okay, or of that particular position. But when we talk about variable, no, that comes like in the later, like incentives or maybe adjustment. It all depends on how much performance is given out of that particular person's capability. Okay, now same job remains for all the assistant professors, but some assistant professors are very good contributors, who will be bringing some change into the teaching methodology, bringing some change into the process of learning, bringing change into the behavior of your the students. Maybe that extra what those people pay does for the organization or for the institution, that will be recognized, and for that something else will be given, like incentives or bonus or something like that. Fine. But when it comes to the base no wage, this is something like a cash compensation which you people are going to give to the employee for the work what those people have performed, okay, from the side of an employer. Then we have like this tends to reflect what the value of the work or skill, and generally ignores the difference at the attributes. As I told you, here this gives you on the basis of work and skills, no doubt, but what attributes or behavior that each individual employees will be showing on that particular job will be ignored here. So that comes under something else like incentives, as I told you. May I have an example here? For example, like the base wage for machine operators may be just rupees 100 per hour, okay, but there are certain people who will be working higher, and for hour, within that 1 hour somebody can come with some 10 units, somebody can come with some 15 units of production. So the people who does 15 units extra plus 5, probably they will get some incentives like this, okay. Here we have like incentives or something like that. Before that we go with the second one, like merit pay, or we say cost of living adjustment. This is done periodically sometimes, because when GDP raises, okay, the cost of products raises in the market. Maybe something like more imports happen into the country, okay, and country is not in a capability of producing certain basic goods, and the rate goes high, the prices of those goods gets high, and maybe that becomes not so affordable for the employees for the present pay. If that situation comes, no, there at that moment, the companies will be looking into the external environment, what changes are happening, and see to it that whatever compensation of wage is paid to the employees, that will be helping them to live their life comfortably. Okay, so that's why these type of cost of living adjustment or merit pay will be periodically adjusted. Okay, so let me go, like periodic adjustments to basic wages may be made on the basis of changes in what other employers they do are paying for the same work, or maybe something change what is happening into overall cost of living of a person, or something it may be a changes in a experience or a skill. So these all comes when one and employer who is competing into your particular industry, and if they change their pay, a basic pay, or maybe some pay adjustment those people do for similar type of job what you have in your organization, probably that will be bargaining for changes into the pay. Okay, and second, maybe something like maybe changes in the overall cost of living, as I've given you example. Okay, if the cost of living increases, pay need to be also increased. This is a must. Okay, otherwise you cannot expect the complete contribution of an employee into organization if they are not comfortably leading their life. Okay, and if that there is no comfortability in their personal life, probably that comfortability may not be brought into the a professional life also. So some missing can happen. Okay, and the concentration goes out of the control, and probably the productivity what is been expected by organization from any individual worker or maybe a group of employees, maybe they are going to fail. Next, we have, as I said, change into experience or skill, where somebody goes for higher education or somebody goes for some higher training, which will be adding into their professional skills working on that particular job. And maybe if that is increased, no doubt the productivity related to that job also increases. So something like the experience increases, the skill of a person increases. According to that, the organization needs to pay for them. Okay, so here happens like merit pay is given for extra skills what those people acquire and possess on the job. Okay, and that will be little bit contributing to the higher performance of that individual on that particular job. So we have next, as I was telling you, people like in the form of cash also the incentives are paid. Now these are something incentives which are directly are going to be tying with the performance of the person. So if they perform more, they get more incentive, no doubt. So incentives usually differ from the merit adjustment what I told you people in the last. Okay, remember. So incentives do not increase the base wage. So base wage, whatever the basic pay those people get, so that basic pay will remains the same. But what these people are going to re-earn some extra amount for the specific period. One, remember this whatever incentives will be given to them, they are told before. Okay, how much no, if they want to earn that particular incentive, some level of performance is set as a standard. So their actual performance what those people show on the job has to match with the standard set by the organization. So then only those people are eligible to get an incentives. Otherwise, if they fail to reach that particular amount of performance expected by an organization, they will get only the base pay. The extra amount, as an I told you people, incentives will not be given. Remember, the second we have, as I told you people, whatever the potential size of that particular incentive is, okay, that will be known in advance. Okay, that will be told to the employees that if you do this, this is what the incentives you people are going to receive for that particular job or for time period of maybe for certain units of production. Okay, so this is all about an incentives. We have something like long-term incentives where these are going to be focusing more on employees efforts who will be working with the organization for a long years. Okay, maybe multi-year results, like they're working for a long time with the organization, they are associated with the organization, they are very loyal to the organization. Okay, and because of their contribution what they have given to the organization for many years, and the results will be calculated on that basis, some long-term incentives will be given. For example, like giving stock ownership or options to buy the stock at a specified or advantageous price. Now see here they don't give them a cash, but they give them certain stocks. Maybe the stocks will be given to them, what we say as shares will be given to them on the free of cost, because they have worked. For example, like the people who have completed 10 years of tenure into that particular organization, and the organization has certain shares into the market. Okay, and those shares for certain amount which those people sell to other outside people, these people the company will be giving those shares to the employees who has completed 10 years on free zero price or maybe free of cost. Or sometimes what happens, where the same the stocks will be given to some specific employees for their performance and their being loyal to the organization for a long years, where maybe it may not be for the free of cost, maybe for some discounted price or advantageous price which will be given below the market price. Okay, so that below market price they are going to sell it to the employees, where I don't know, throughout their lifetime they will be earning the dividend. So this is something, an example for your long term incentives. So no, when we are talking about the short term, no, these are something for a specific period of time. Once they do, they give it in a cash. Okay, that will be added to their salary. Okay, so we have some benefits with us. Okay, okay, fine. So we have benefits here, which will be including protection of the income benefit, as I told you, and then we have work-life balance services and also allowances, which will be part of the total compensation. So we go one by one, like income protection. This is something like a protection which we no the protection program, which is very much legally required for any employer who will be paying into a funds that will be providing income replacement for the workers. For example, like any worker becomes disabled or he becomes unemployed, or somebody some employees will be firing an employees because they are not in a no condition to pay the salary. Maybe economic slowdown happens. Okay, then downsizing happens. What we say downsizing, like they will be reducing the number of employees in the organization which cannot be paid from the side of organization. Sometimes on that time, they give some protection amount, where anybody is working into that particular organization, if they're terminated immediately without any notice, so they get some amount, lump sum amount with them, where they can look for some other job. Till they look for other job, some amount which they earn, they get out of coming of an organization, maybe that will be helping them, as well as their families. What we say is, employers also make half the contribution to the social security, like employees pay the other half, like PF, where PF, half of the amount, 50% of amount will be given by employer and 50% will be given by an employer. At the end, it will go completely to the employee only. So we have second, like work life focus, where these are certain type of programs which will be conducted by an employer, by integrating their work and life responsibility, including the time away from the work, like giving them some paid holidays, vacations. Okay, and those vacations will be completely paid by the organization, whatever. Because for example, like if they work for 18 hours for any organization throughout the year, they won't get time, sufficient time to spend with their family. So to make it something comfortable for any employees who is working in that organization for such a long hours per day, or for maybe long hours into the year, some 15 days or 20 days vacations will be given to them by what we say the paid vacations and paid holidays, and the family will be given certain facility of moving here and there wherever they want to, some different countries, and all the expenses will be borne by the organization. So also sometimes the access to the services to meet the specific needs, like drug counseling or financial planning, like referrals for child and elder care, like paternity leave. We have maternity leave to those people, where they pay amount to the employees for specific period of time. Okay, though they are not working for the organization, still they are into on roll job, and as well as the amount which has to be, I mean the compensation which has to be paid, will be paid in a full. So something they're helping to look after their lives, okay, their families. Okay, so these are type of employers or maybe organizations conducting certain programs. And also we have, like a flexible work arrangement, like telecommunicating, work from the home. Okay, non-paid time off, etc. So as I told you, like maternity leave and paternity leave, where before you used to get somebody who is carrying a child, that lady will be getting around 6 months maternity leave. Okay, but now even paternity leave is also available, where any a person's wife delivers a baby, around 15 days of leave, paid leave, will be given to that husband to look after his wife and the children for 15 days, and with a free mind, once again he can return back to the job. So we have, like even allowances in the benefits also, where this is something we say it as, like often grow out of whatever is in a very short supply. For example, like where the financial benefits which will be given to the employees by any employer for over and above the regular salary. Okay, so these type of benefits are very much provided to cover the expenses which will be incurred by those employees when they are discharging the duty. For example, traveling allowance they give, TA, halting allowances they are going to give, HRA, house rent allowances, DLNs, DA allowances will be given, where looking after their day-to-day, meals expenses. So those all will be given to an employee if he goes out of station sometime, or he stays in certain particular area where the compensation which is paid by an organization to him may not be so sufficient for him to lead his life comfortably in that area. So on that basis, area, whatever it bargains, so that will be fulfilled by the organization. So we have, as I told you people, no, in initially when we are talking about types of compensation like relational returns, as I told you, recognition and status, giving the membership of for some organizations where if somebody is working with them for a longer time and they find that okay, this person needs a certain extra amount of taking care of their own employees, they can give them a free membership of like Mahindra Club resorts, where they can go for recreation there. Fine. I mean, to spend their holidays with their families into that that resorts, and everything will be borne by the organization. Okay, giving them a status or membership status. Okay, then learning opportunities, giving them a opportunity to go for higher studies. Okay, on the job, employment security, challenging work to them, etc. Okay, so what we do till here, we'll stop it today. I think almost 1 hour, it's 1 o'clock. Fine. I hope this has come with certain little maybe little knowledge, because still you people have to go further. When once the entire syllabus is completed, you will be able to understand even basics also. Okay, completely. So as if now I'm going to stop the class. So in the next class, we are going to discuss on the pay model, okay, which is basic. We talk about objectives, the systems, what we are going to use, policies, what we are going to use, the techniques, what we people are going to use in the compensation system. Okay, fine. I hope you people have understood. Any doubts you people have, I request you have. If you have, please you people can on your audio and people can ask. If not, then I will be closing the session. Okay, thank you. Okay, have a nice day, dear students. For the next class, we'll see. And the attendance sheet, the attendance link has been sent into your WhatsApp group. Okay, please fill it up. Okay, and send it to me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, welcome.
Thank you, sir.